the other Amal group is Hanan Amir here. She's the founder of Amal Women Association. So she's the backbone of all the things that happening. So I just welcome her in here as well. Just see if this is going to work out. Bear with me. This is my first time. Okay. So this is we as Amal Women Association, we like I said, me and Hanan started years back in 2013. The reason behind that is when we do our kind of coffee morning session, some of the women have their issues. So then we decided to make Amal Women Association as a company to take it further and to start to present ourselves. Amal Women Association is Amal for short, and Amal means hope. So in fairness, to start this project, we are trying to bring hope to the other women and inspire them to be on their feet, to be able to get back to their own life. So we are providing frontline service for the Muslim woman or the woman who connection with Muslim community. So our mission is to advance the human right, health, safety, participation, and dignity of Muslim and non-Muslim women in Ireland. Our vision, Ireland where all women, particularly Muslim women, can access the services they need and fully participate in a society free from threat of violence, from poverty, racism, discrimination, and stigma. I just want to iterate that because some of these women don't really know their rights in the country. So they kind of, especially the one that doesn't really have a connection with the community, so they stay silent and they don't really know what to do if they have any issues with the husband, or for instance, we were talking about the male as a dominant, as the person who bringing the money into the company, to the family, so the breadwinners, as we say. So the woman is having the fear there, if they don't really comply with the husband, they might lose up the food on the table. There's no food on the table, or who's going to look after their kids. So this is why we are doing this, to help especially the Muslim women to know their rights in Ireland. So we have our services mainly have 3 sections. So we have women's section where let me just, so because women, I don't know who's making this thing, but women are the heart of everything we do. So that's the reason why we are doing this, because we are women and we are, we believe that women are strong and that we can change the world. So Muslim women have a lot to say and a lot to contribute in Ireland. So as I mentioned, we start the coffee morning, and from the coffee morning, we have some trainings and special project. And we also provide support, advice, and information. Within this women's section, we have this helpline services where if women have any issues, they will call our helpline number. And our lovely ladies here, Hanan, will come and support her with her issues. And sometimes I do help Hanan too, because sometimes there are a lot of cases at one time. The second stage would be our youth club. The reason also behind this, because we want to empower other young women, young girls, to become independent themselves, just to brush up, empower them to be able to stand on their feet. So this generation is the first generation to grow as a Muslim Irish. Young people are growing in time of growing Islamophobia and suspicion of Muslim communities. So there's a lot of discrimination around. So they are having this experience. So we are doing this youth club to help them to be able to kind of have their own voice. Whenever they have any issues, they can speak up and challenge those and to balance the culture of the homeschool and friends is tough during the young how you call it in the youth experience. So we work with the youth. We work to create youth workspaces where young people can explore and celebrate their Muslim cultural identity. We encourage young people to be proud of their identity, and we work with young people in non-judgmental and non-directive way and help them to develop and grow. We do this by doing youth camp and small projects with the youth. And one of the project that we did before COVID, this is before COVID, when we assigned them to do International Girls' Day. So they're starting it from start until the finish, and it was so amazing. So yeah, we can give them some things to do to make them more kind of they know what their role is in the future. So we kind of trying to upskill them for the future. The third one would be we are doing it at the moment. We are helping the refugee because we know the key to helping the refugee is having a good way of communication with them, because most of them is have a language barrier. So we have a lot of our Arab volunteers that make the communication easier without being lost in translation. So under the common language and common cultures, the heart is open and they communicate with us and share these sad stories of what they left behind and the happy ones of the brighter future. For instance, they're trying to bring their families over and things like that. We have two types of visit or outreach, as we say. Currently, we are in Ramadan. Alhamdulillah, as I mentioned to Siobhan, we were very busy before Ramadan trying to give the Ramadan food packs to the refuge across Ireland. Alhamdulillah, we already finished that. And the second stage would be after Ramadan finish, we have the Eid celebration coming up, and we go and celebrate with them there. Because to us, when we do celebrate with them, with the children there, at least it brings them a smile in their face. Before COVID, we did bring some of the families to Dublin to do the Eid festival here. Not sure if we're going to do it this year, but that's another session that we are doing. Because one of the experience that in 2016, 2017, at the early starting of this project, we feel that some of the ladies do have some issues with their husband and also issues with the people within the direct provision center. So with the communication that we have with them, we do have an outreach and we do visit them, and we kind of follow up with if they have any issues that needs a social worker within because they are not based in Dublin. So we link them with social worker with their own in the cities, in the countryside. So this is what we do in the refuge center, basically. So the activities that we do, as I said, we have few projects for the women. This one is one of the things that we do in the coffee mornings. And we have the batik behind me. I mean, I'm just using the at the background, but it's not a real batik at behind me. And we also do visit Scotland and Edinburgh, I think in 2019, just to go to the refuge center there and learn more about the culture there. And we do International Women's Day every year, which is a very good thing to celebrate Women's Day. The reason why I mentioned this here, because to be honest, when we do the coffee morning session, some of these women will start to talk. The reason behind it is because they start to trust us, and they start to talk about their issues. So that's where we start our kind of helping them with their domestic issues, because from the coffee morning, where we build the trust, and they starting to kind of open up. They took us in a small room. We have a few rooms in the mosque, where we do all this is done in a safe space in the mosque, so they feel safe. So they start talking to us about their problem. One of the lady, I'm not mentioning the name, but she's actually come to the mosque with her two children, young children, and her mom, who is blind, because she just want to talk to us secretly. So this is also the reason why we're doing this, just to open up to these women that have issues. And we know from there, she's actually having issue with her husband and doesn't know what to do. And she's been keeping it's the same as what Marian talking about, the dominant side of men. Men is the breadwinner and giving the food on the table. So she's afraid if she leave him, no one will look after them and the blind mom. So she just, she just stay with them until she can't stand it anymore. So that's why she start come to our coffee morning and come to the mosque to kind of run away as such for a few hours with the children. But lucky, she's lucky. She be able to, at first she's hiding the passport for even the children and herself with her neighbor. So this is a way, steps for her to run away. And last that I know, she's able to go to refuge center and able to leave. But I'm not sure what happened to her next, because once we put her in refuge, then she didn't come to us anymore. But hopefully she make it to the right place, So so this is our way, Amal way, to open up to women, to do by way of coffee morning. And by that, also we have word of mouth, like people start talking, okay, if you have a problem, go to Amal. And we also have some recommendation from because we work with the community garda. So some of the guards calling us because the woman doesn't really speak English. Sometimes they call us about Urdu. We don't really know how to speak Urdu, but we source it out, and we try to help as much as we can. So that's how we start basically with our project. So I will stop sharing because that's voluntary. And this is our website and the information that we have. Yeah, I can get Hanan if you want to get more, give more details about our project. But at the moment, we are new with this court accompaniment service. where we have few cases that we need to accompany the woman to court, not to translate or to just to be there for the woman, because of also the language barrier. Some of them doesn't really know English, so we kind of translate, not translation with the one that assigned, but some of the translation a different, a different way of communicating with the woman. So their service quite new. Last year we did it. There's few court case that not we, it's Hanan is the one who's going around and she's a superwoman here, and I am just behind what she do. So our aim to be having a Muslim woman refuge. It's still a dream because it's quite a very big journey to go there. But yeah, that's our main dream. Because when the women go to refuge center, first of all, the list is very long for them to go in. Second, they don't really have the culture. They're just shy and afraid that what will happen to them if someone else knows. So the stigma of the community, the Muslim community is quite close, so people know people. So when they go to refuge center, what will happen to their own, self-esteem and stuff like that. So if we have a Muslim woman refuge center, it's a start to kind of, I don't know, close the it's a bit hard to kill the stigma of that, but yeah, it's something to start. Hanan, if you have anything to say.
Hello, everyone. I think Noor, she gave us all the details about Amal Group. And I think all of you know the way of the man, how he dealing with the woman. But we have an extra in our community, like, the violence, not only by beating up or verbal, but he also, he controlling about her visa inside the country. And this one is make her like, silent for anything happen to her. And we was wishing if we can put our hand together to changing the law here, to can give her the freedom for something like this. It's really hard and nobody can help in her because that's the law. But about the violence, like it's happened in our community, like any community in all the world. Okay, I know it's about, you remember the accident that happened in, what you call it, the Christmas Eve? This lady, she was in our community, and that's not first time they beat her up, but in Christmas Eve, he killed her. We have a lot of our community like this, and I'm really scared every day to wake up in the morning and to hear another story. We try our best, but I think it's not enough. If you want to ask me anything, I'm here, like, to can explain about our community and about anything, please do.
Yeah, thank you, Hanan. Just when you're talking about having a separate refuge for Muslim women, I'd be interested to know why you think that would be better than having, what we currently have. What are the benefits of having a specific Muslim refuge? And then also maybe what are the barriers that are in our refuges that maybe make it difficult for Muslim women to enter them?
I can answer that. The problem is actually the refuge here, they give all the women very good service. Okay, I agree with this. But the problem with us or with our community, the English barrier, and also the culture. The woman inside the house, she don't know exactly what will be happen to her. She will go out of the house and for nothing. She don't know the service. She can speak about herself. She don't know her right. That's why she prefers to stay in the house. The husband, he beaten up more than to go to other place. She don't know anything about it. You know, the man here, when he bringing his wife from her country, keep her inside the house. Don't let her learn English. Don't let her to go outside. He keep her inside the house all the time. He's know if she go outside, she will learn more. But he refused that. And if she's starting just only to hear, she didn't get the step yet. You know, he taken her passport, he taken the kid's passport and pushing her or make a game to her, take her to for holiday and leave there and take all the passport or also the kids and come back without do anything. I have another case with me. It's happened. Like, you know, the woman, she don't know anything. She stay with her husband here. He take her to her country and just only sleep in the night time, wake in the morning. She can't find any paper to say she been exist in this country. Okay. And when we try to speak with the embassy there, the Irish embassy, they said to us, we can't do nothing. Her husband here can do all this paper back to her. Okay, her husband, you do that to her. You know how we can get another what you call it paperwork to say this woman exists. She's already have a 2 years. Still, she has 2 years staying in Ireland, but she can't come back. You know, if she's no English, if she's know about the service, is she not going to be scared to get the step?
Of course.
You know,
Mm.
I didn't say the service is not enough. No, the service is good, but like, you know, we're trying now to go to any community or any community center or to talk with any social worker to let them understand, like, you know, if I'm sorry if I say that, like, but if any woman should not have English language and she saw me, I go to with her to the places, you know, I speak about her situation and she saw me, I'm like her, I'm foreigner, I have a broken English, but I try to help in her, all this. I know her culture, what she have to do and what she can't do, you know. She will feel comfortable to can talk about her cases, you know. That's why I say I would not like, yes, our dream to have what's called it woman charter for us, but why not we can, like, you know, the Irish charter, they can use us, you know. We all working as a volunteer. We're not taking anything, like, you know, from this whatever from our group. Okay, we don't mind if you using us to can save this woman or to let her at least get the chance to say no.
To build courage to the woman, actually, that's very difficult.
Yeah, it's really our problem is harder more than the Irish way, because we not have a family, we not have friend. Even our community is very hard to can spoke in front of my friend to say to her about my situation. You know, I will be scared next day. All the communities, they will know about it. You know,
Yeah.
I'm not have a family to go and cry with them to say helping me or to get at least break. And I say, oh, I'm not coming back home. We not have this facility, you know. If I go out of my house now, where I can go? If I go to the mosque, they will not go and let me stay inside the mosque, sleep in it until I got the what's called ticket and I go to my country. If I go to my friend, her husband, he will call my husband and he will say, "Oh, your wife, she was with us." Okay, I do not have small thing to can say, "I'm here, I'm exist. Anybody, please listen to us." You know, that's in my idea. If I give you the let you understand our situation. I don't know.
Yeah, no, thank you. Is there any more questions for Noor or Hanan?
Hi, Noor. Hi, Hannah. Nice to meet you. I was just wondering, I know that Anne-Marie had kind of asked in the question box there. You spoke about the outreach that you do in the coffee mornings and the youth groups. Are they all based in Dublin, or do you have a network of volunteers around the country that would support, especially young girls as well, in the rest of the country, kind of nationwide?
Actually, now when we start in Dublin 8, okay, but thank God now we give the idea in Sligo. We say to Sligo people now, we have a few of volunteer. They do, it's not similar work, but they starting. Okay, and now also we have some people inside the Cork.
Very good, yeah.
Okay, we try, it's very hard to, but we try, to give the idea, because it's very hard for us, if anybody call me from the countryside and I travel to them, it's very hard for me.
Absolutely,
I try to help her by the phone, and I try to give her the service beside her house, because she don't know.
Yeah. And then what do you think then, as a service that supports women in domestic abuse, what could we do to support women within your community more? Could we be doing anything that would make the transition to link in with us any easier, or, even their work with us? Is there anything we could, kind of do as a domestic abuse service to support women, to kind of, to show them that we're open and here to support them?
I think if we cooperate with us, if we cooperate, any community cooperate with Amal Women Association, you can be involved more in our community. When I talk to you about our community, Muslim community, I have a very hard to go inside the Somalian community.
Okay.
They are Muslim, yes, but it's very hard to go inside this one. That's why I try. Each day I try, but it's really, I try to use Somalian people to go inside this community, but in the end, we all Muslim and we all have our culture, okay, a religion. It's is affecting us much in our life. That's why I say it's better, to cooperate with Muslim women. It will be easy to be inside this community.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. So to, I suppose, grow those links of people that are within the community already.
Just to let you know, the Kulok, I don't know how to pronounce AB. That thing. Kulok service normally have a Muslim woman that refuge there, and they'll always link with us for halal meat or for prayer mats and for Ramadan food bags. So if you have any Muslim, so because now it's Ramadan, it's a good idea to give Ramadan food bags and prayer mats and Quran, and let them know that they can also still come to the mosque to pray and thing is, sometimes when they go to your refuge center, they are alone. So it's best to get them to link with their own community so that they feel more kind of together again, to build their, it's difficult to build their strength back, but if you have other support system that have the same culture, I think this would work best. So
Yeah.
that's the reason why Hanan said, link with us. We can link with the women. We stopped the coffee morning because of Ramadan, but we're back in May, and we have to, they love knitting. So we have knitting project and all other art craft. So yes, women like doing women stuff. So yeah, we are hoping what we do, we have a transition. We thinking of helping them to do a business on this. I mean, to provide for themselves. Just this is a very long way. Yeah, it's still in planning stage, but when we do, then we can help the women to be on their feet, not to just you know, if the husband handle all the financial, we want to give the woman the financial freedom, so they know that they can do, you know. I am into empowering women, so I'm sorry if I talk to
No, that's great, Noor. And what we'll do is we'll share your details again, and you share them there as well. And thanks so much for the input there. I'm going to move on, although it's really interesting to hear what you do, but just to move on, just because we're going to run out of time. But if that's okay, we will share the information, and I know here in Clarehaven we'll definitely be contacting you again and making that connection. I mean, even things like knowing about maybe having some prayer mats and Qurans and the halal food in at times like this, particularly, it might be really useful for us even to get a stash in for our own service for the women that we work with who are from your community. So I'm just going to move on now to Aisling Doe, and then if there's time at the end, we can have more questions, or Noor has shared her information with us already, and I'll also share that again through our Twitter and Facebook and all of that. So thanks very much, Noor and Hanan, for that input.